Hey guys, and welcome to our very first stream here on the channel. Whoa! Welcome in, welcome in, welcome to our first stream. Whether you're new or whether you've been here for a minute, kind of just doing your thing. I don't know why everything looks green. It's weird. It looks very green on my phone, but just ignore that. I did some like color corrections, some other stuff, and it looks extremely green right now. But anywho, welcome in. Welcome to our first stream here at Lavender Bunny. My name is Danielle. I am the creator, the artist, and all the things. I wear all the business hats behind the scenes. And today we're going to be creating. I'm going to show you like all the things that be doing basically all week long, which is lots of shop prep. Me creating. Hold on a minute. I want to make sure I'm going to do a quick kind of like audio check. Okay, sounds pretty good. I just wanted to make sure it was good and everything was good and copacetic and yada yada yada. So yeah, hold on, let me fix my mic. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, it looks a little green. Hopefully it doesn't look too green on you guys' screen. I will fix that on a later stream. But for now, I wanted to get on here and go live on the channel just so you guys could see like in real time what it takes to kind of do like different activities. That means bookmaking, whatever I'm doing, whether it's bookmaking, whether it's creating my pins that I usually put here on the channel and stuff like that. Um, also, ooh, and because I haven't really put much into my shop yet, besides you seeing like some of the specialty kind of luxury pins that I create, I wanted to document and just show my process behind the scenes and show that I'm a real person with the real heart. Uh, so yeah, anyway, today we're gonna be making I'm gonna be making my mock-up because I want to make a book for mock-up. If you don't know what a mock-up is, a mock-up is basically something that you create an example product that you create and you put it up onto whatever platform you want to put it up onto. So yeah, so I'm pretty much gonna make a mock-up today, something that I could showcase because my books and my planners are going to be made to order. And because Mother's Day is right around the corner, I wanted to kind of get started and do all that. You know what I'm saying? So today we're going to make a book. Or we're going to at least start the process of making a book because it can be kind of like a tedious process. So we're going to start the process. You know what I'm saying? And then we will kind of flow through as we do other stuff. You know? Yeah. All right. So I am I was before I even got live, before I went live, I was actually taking my time. I had designed this cover and I was like, "Oh my god, I don't know what I'm going to do." You know what I'm saying? Because every time I printed out this cover, I wasted so much paper, so much ink. Every time I printed out this cover, it was something new, something else going on. Every time, like I would zoom in as best I could because you guys know I can't see that good. And I would zoom in and I would always see some sort of spot or something on the paper. And I was like, my God, I'm wasting all this paper and so much is going on. Now I finally feel like I got a print that I'm happy with, saturation, all the things. I think this is just artist problems for real because I'm like obsessing over what it's going to look like because this is definitely going to be a final product and something that's going to be featured in my shop and I don't want it to look bad. So I printed on some like 100 cardstock because hopefully you guys like when people explain like their whole process and like what their process is and like what they was thinking about because that's usually how I like to do things. Yeah. So anyway, so I printed out 2 copies because these are gonna be the covers for said book. Also, I also printed out not printed out, but I also got out some cardstock out of my book, and I picked out these cute little end papers that I want to be on the inside of the book. Girl, don't even get me started on how much end papers I actually like screwed up over the last couple of days. I'm like so pissed off. So anyway, so right now we just gonna cut some papers out. I'm gonna cut this down. We're gonna use our paper cutter. I'm not cute anymore. Hold on, y'all. I gotta sign into chat. I don't know why it needs me to sign in, but okay. No, that's stupid. That's so stupid. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, anyway. All right, so I printed this out and I'm gonna go ahead and like cut some stuff up. I got my paper cutter out. Let me pull it over a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Of course, you're not gonna be able to see the whole thing, but I want you to be able to see most of it. I'm gonna try to cut it down to, you know what? I'm gonna leave a little bit of a border, so I'm gonna cut a little bit out. And you know what? I really don't think it matters, but you know what? It does matter. Because so then I was kind of like agonizing on whether I should actually do acetate. Like, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a clear film that you kind of put on top to protect the cover of your book. Or should I just laminate it? Because for this particular book, I don't want it to be I'm gonna leave a little bit of a border on this. Hold on. If I ever get quiet, it's just me trying to concentrate and figure out what I need to do. That's pretty much it. So yeah, I was agonizing on whether I should actually hold on. I'm gonna get this border. And I should have actually cut them together. That's what I should have actually did to make it sure that they are actually the same. I already cut it, so I might as well keep going. I wanted to make sure that they were the same size. Yes, indeed. Yeah, yeah. It's always better to cut them all together so that you can have all the same size. That's why I ended up investing in that expensive paper cutting thing, because that always give me kind of what I'm looking for. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm gonna try to cut it down the best I can. So I was trying to decide between lamination or acetate. So I've decided on I'm gonna acetate because I want to be able to round the corners. Anyway, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about later. So that I can round the corners on the actual paper as well. I'm gonna leave a lot more of a border on this one because I don't know whether I'm gonna get it the exact size that I wanted, since I didn't cut them together, which was stupid. It was quite ridiculous not to cut them together. So I'm gonna hope and pray that they come out to be the same size that I kind of want them to be, all at the same time. Yes. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta move my mic over a little bit. I'm gonna bring it up too, so that it's not gives me some room to kind of move around. Okay, that seems to be damn near perfect. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like a little slither of like paper at the top. And since I have a little more room down here, I'm gonna just take a slither off of that because that was almost perfect. Let me see. Let me see. It's okay if they're a little bit off because most people won't be able to tell. Especially since this is gonna be a mock-up. You know what I'm saying? Most people won't be able to tell, girl. But I can see it's a little bit of a thing right here. And I don't know whether you guys can see that or not. Hopefully, all right. I cut a little bit off at the bottom. A little bit off at the bottom. Because that's all I really need is like a slither. Slither. So this particular book, I want it to be like a cutesy kind of notebook. And it's going to feature like my custom notebook pages inside that have the same images as the front pages. And I don't think I've ever seen a notebook that looks like that. And if it is, it's not something that's common. So, yeah. You know what I mean? All right, so I cut. Sorry if you can hear my son in the background making stupid noises. He's on his game. It is spring break, y'all. Spring has sprung. Okay? Alright, so that seemed to have done what I wanted it to do. Yes, it did. Hold on, y'all. That seems to have done what I wanted it to do. Yeah. Alright. Now, it looks like the pages are where I wanted it to be. They seem to be doing what I need them to do. They seem to be even. So now I'm going to kind of inspect the pages and make sure that they are pretty much where I want them to be for real. So, just inspecting stuff, make sure there's no dust, there's no nothing going on. But I also need to cut down some of the end papers as well. Because we've decided on these two sets of end papers. Because I have another set of end papers I want to add for another type of book. I'm going to be making quite a few things for our first collection, which should be exciting. But yeah. Let's see. I'm going to make sure the pages are facing the right way. Facing the right way. So I want them to be facing upwards like that. And you'll see in a minute kind of what I'm talking about. I'm not going to round any corners or put any holes in this yet. I'm going to wait until I cut the acetate and do all the things that I want to do. And first we need to get the backing paper onto this and then we will figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, sorry if I'm doing too much moving around. I forgot this camera is very sensitive. I'm so sorry. So sorry. It'd be you know what's funny is because this is like a camera that you actually use to kind of go live and do different things. Yet, I could have just used my phone, but right now it's so crazy. Like YouTube won't let me use my phone because this channel is pretty new. But yet it'll let me do a full production live stream though, which is insane. Cause why? You know what I mean? Like why? Why sis why? All right, so if you don't know what I'm talking about the acetate, I have acetate paper right here. This is what acetate is. It's this like glossy, filmy thing. And this is also a way for me to kind of keep down costs for people. Because as you know, we are in a recession, girl. Right? So, Yeah, we are in our session. All right, so I need to look and see what size these pages are. All right, so we're gonna check and see what size this is. Um, what in the world just happened? Time for a break. Quick reminder to pause the screen. Why? No. Wait, hold on, y'all. My phone is reminding me to take a break from looking at my screen. It's like, girl, you've been looking at your screen too long. Like, excuse me? Like, I don't remember setting that up for you to like monitor how long I've been on my phone, but okay. Um, but girl, okay. All right, so I'm gonna look at. We're exactly at 11 by 8. So we're 11 by 8. Okay. I need to see if we are 11 by 8. And I need to kind of, this is why I kind of should have did this together also. You always want to cut everything together, whether it's your end papers, acetate, all that stuff all together. So I'm going to try to put these two together. And I want to make sure I'm being careful so I don't cut my actual papers at the same time. For real. Because that would be devastating. Would it not? It would. It would. It would be absolutely devastating for real for me to cut everything at the same time. All right, so we're gonna try to eyeball it and make sure that I'm not cutting my papers. Okay, here we go. Damn, I don't know why I didn't cut both of the acetates at the same time, but here, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Because you want the acetate and whatever you're cutting to be lined up all together. I don't know what's going on. I think I need a new cutter because this thing do not be cutting the way I need it to for real. It just don't. It just doesn't. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing for the top piece. See? Wait. Oh my god. And I'm gonna leave a little bit of a space because I do not want to cut my papers. I want them to be exactly as I want them to be. As I want them to be. There we go. Alright. So now the acetate is almost the size I need it. I will just cut off little slithers. And this is how it will be like on the front. Here's my acetate, girl. Let's cut the other piece of acetate. And again, I don't advise it. I advise that you cut everything at once. That's whether the chipboard, papers, everything all at once. That's especially if you have like a heavy duty cutter. I do have a heavy duty cutter that's near me, but it's like such a hassle to have to do the heavy duty cutter. A lot of times I just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. All right. Now, let's try this again. So now we're gonna, all right, we're gonna try to cut once again. We're gonna line up our regular papers like you do. Hold on a minute, y'all. All right, so I'm gonna cut, leaving a little bit of a space because just in case I'm off by an inch or two, that will give me some room to wiggle around. And that's only because I ended up not cutting everything at one time. So I'm kind of playing catch up after the fact because I didn't do what I was supposed to. I didn't do my due diligence. My due diligence, y'all. Sorry, I can't really play no music and stuff because they just don't allow you to do that, especially on TikTok. I mean, on YouTube. All right, y'all. So I just want to make sure we're lined up. I'm gonna cut the top, kind of similar to where I was before. All right, there we go. There we go. All right. So now we have a cute piece of acetate. I don't know whether I'm gonna add it on both sides or not. So I will just keep this as a spare just in case. Because you never know. I can mess it up. You never know. Okay, so let's fully look and see how much I need to cut off and how much I can actually keep. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little bit of, can you see it? Yeah, there you go. So there's a little slither right here. And I mean, I could leave it and kind of let it just hang and do whatever it's doing. But I kind of wanted it to be, I don't know. I want it to be exact because I don't want it to be like something that kind of overhangs. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a little bit of slither off the top and the bottom to make it where I want to be. And you guys can't really see fully what I'm doing because I could barely see what I'm doing, but just know I'm doing it, okay? And I'm going to cut a little bit off the sides. Just a smidge. Remember, if I get quiet, it's because, yeah. All right, cool. So I feel like that's where I want it to be. All right, cool. So it seems to cover almost everything except there's still a little bit that hangs over at the top. So I will pull a little bit off the top again. Oh no. I hope it didn't do something I didn't want it to do. Put it that way. Let's do it this way. Okay. Let's line it up again. See how we go. All right, we still got a little bit of hang, a little bit of hang. But it's like such a microscopic thing. I don't know whether I'm like sad about it or not. I don't think I'm sad about it. So I think we're good. I'm not going to push it because if I push it, then it might end up being something I don't want it to be. And it always happens like that. I push the thing, push the product, push the project. It's called like overworking something, and then you like not confident in what you're doing, and then it ends up doing something else. I don't know. I don't know, girl. All right. I probably should have recorded that, but I did not. All right, so we are happy with our cutouts for our covers. Now, let's do our end papers. Okay. This is like the most annoying, trickiest part is lining up these end papers. And I don't really need to do the end papers. I could just leave it plain, but I'm not a plain basic girl. Okay. And because I'm not a plain basic girl, I need to add the extra, right? That's why I say this is going to be made to order, or they could just like buy this, like you guys, if you want to just buy this product with these sort of end papers, I'm going to tell them, I think I'm going to have to make the listing where it's like, oh, etc., etc. The end papers could be anything. It won't be these. The end papers is just an example of what could be possibly in there. I don't know how to even put that. I don't know. Interesting. Interesting. Something to think about. Anyway. All right, let me put this off to the side. I'm going to cut this down a little bit. And I'm going to cut it down to at least an 8. I'm going to do a little bit above an 8 because I think that's what I need for my papers anyway. And the reason why I'm giving myself some room, you always want to give yourself some room for error, for like bad cutting or whatever. And make sure you're cutting the way you want your papers to kind of go. Okay. And remember, we're at 11. Are we at 11? I think we're at 11. So let's cut down to about here. I'm going to go a little bit above 11. Just to give myself some room. And let's go. See how we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's way bigger than I want it to be. That's right, because I can't really go by that. Okay. So now I'm going to actually cut it down to size. And I'm going to cut off quite a bit over here and at the top. I'm kind of eyeballing it. And I know I'm going to cut like right there where that flower is. I'm going to eyeball it and I'm going to pray to the Lord up above that I can do what I need to do and he blesses us. You know what I'm saying? Without it being a problem. Okay. All right. So we did that. All right. Still a little bit too much. A little bit too much. All right. Let's do some more. All right. I'm going to hope and pray because I don't have no more papers left. Oh, man. I mean, I have more, but this is the ones I really wanted. So I don't want to mess up these end papers. All right. So as you can see, we have a little bit of a slither on the side. So I'm going to keep cutting. We're going to keep cutting, sis. We're going to keep cutting. And I'm going to cut this top piece. We almost there, y'all. Again, I should have did it all together, but I feel like those papers are just too much to handle all together. So I'm not going to worry about it. Ooh, we got that. Right on the brink, you guys. Right on the brink of it. All right, so we got a little bit of a hang right here. a little bit of a hang on the side, so I'm going to cut it down. It's okay if it's a little bit shorter than I needed, but I don't want it to be too shorter than I needed. You know what I mean? All right. I could see that it is still a little bit shorter. Wait. Not shorter, but a little bit of overhang still. A little bit of an overhang still. Hold on, let me flip it over. Just so I can make sure I get a decent cut. Because for some reason, I don't be getting a decent cut on these things the way I want to. Like I told you, I think I'm gonna have to replace my cutter because it don't be cutting the way I want it to. But I think this is it. I think we got it, you guys. Yes. So as you can see, this is what the inside, yes, our inside papers will look like. And this is the outside cover. And then we put our little acetate on top. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit. This is off. This is off kilter for some reason, and I don't know why. I don't know why. See, this is off kilter, and like this one is off too. Yeah, they off kilter. I don't know why they off kilter now. Alright, I'm gonna cut it down a little bit because that's gonna drive me crazy if I don't. So we're gonna make it where it's not off kilter. Okay. Yeah, it's still there for some reason, and I don't know why. I started back watching Kitchen Nightmares again. It's been so good. I have been enjoying myself quite a bit. Okay, that seems to work. Cut that little bit off because that would have drove me crazy if I did not do it. Okay. That would have drove me absolutely insane. Okay, so we have our cutouts for our first cover, which this will be our front cover. Okay. And if you don't know, this will be our insides. These are our insides right here. I'm gonna have to go I don't know how many pages it's gonna be, but this is gonna be a small, cute little, like, little writing thing. Little book. You just do your thing in, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, girl. Gives me a little bit of room right here. So I think that'll be cute. And it'll be your own little like thing, right? So I still haven't decided, but I still want it to be rounded because I feel like it would look so much cuter if it was rounded. I'm hoping it's gonna look cuter. I really don't know. I'm just speculating for real. I really don't know whether it's gonna be cuter or not. I'm just saying, like, it could be cute, you know? I think I enjoy books that are rounded. So we're gonna round that and figure it out. All right, so let's put that to the side. Let's start working on our second cover, which will be in the back. In the back. Back, back, back. And then we will start the painstaking task of actually gluing our cover on in the back. Like you do. You know what I'm saying? And if we have time for it during our live stream, we will. Oh, yeah. Concentrating. Concentrating. I'm just lining it up. Line it up. Right? And then we're going to leave some of it. Because, again, I don't know. I would always want to leave a little bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. I need to make sure I'm paying attention. Because that's my problem now. That was my problem before. I had cut some end papers. Didn't pay attention to the orientation of the end papers. Cut the end papers in the wrong direction. End papers was screwed up, to say the least. Okay. So I need to make sure I'm paying attention for real. Okay. Let's move that to the side. Remember, we always want to leave some sort of space for error, right? A little bit of space for error. For the error of our ways, you know? What in the world is that in the bottom there? Oh, I know what that is. Okay. I was like, what the hell is that? All right. Now, let's work on this top piece. All right. So we left a little bit for error because you never know, right? Left a little bit. And I'm going to do the top. So we're going to go this way. I'm going to cut it down. Cut it down. All right, cool. I'm going to cut a little bit off. Now I feel a little bit more comfortable kind of cutting some off. And then we'll cut some off at the top. I don't know how, I don't remember how much I'm supposed to cut off at the top. We're going to hope and pray that lines up. Line it up. All right, cool. That's good. All right, so we got what we needed. Hold on. I think. All right, so we line it up here. We are pretty much where we need to be, except we got a little bit of a slither on the side. So we will cut a little bit of a slither. All right, cool. Now, let's see if it lines up. Line it up. All right. Seems to line up. Yeah, it's very lovely. All right, cool. So everything seems to line up. I don't see any overhang, which is good. Again, this is just extra. I mean, if you are following along at all to this project, you know, meaning making your own kind of thing and whatever. I just realized there's a bunch of like marks right here. Look at that, you guys. Look at that. A bunch of little marks. Damn it. I think I'm gonna have to reprint this. This happens every single time. And this is what I'm talking about. Hold on. I think I might have another one over here somewhere. Every time. Oh no. See, and this one has some sort of stain on it. This is what I'm talking about. It's either a stain or something that always gets on these things. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, I could leave it like that, but I don't want to, you know? Because in case somebody buys it, I want it to be as perfect as humanly possible. If that's possible at all, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm quite upset about it. I am. Because why? You know? Why? Why? All right. We got our end papers at least. We got our end papers at least. Which means I'm going to have to print another one because this one is like, I don't know what that is. What is it? Did it like get spots of water on it? I swear, you got to be so careful. So I'm like really contemplating whether I should put the acetate on the back or not. Because then it's like, why would you save the cover but not save the back? You know what I mean? I don't know. Possibly. But then how would that look? It's so weird. I don't know. I don't know. I'm contemplating. I'm getting quiet because I'm contemplating whether I would want to kind of, I don't know. Anyway, let's print out a new one because obviously somebody doesn't like me. The universe is like, you're not making anything. You need to leave. Oh man. The universe clearly hates me. For real. It clearly hates me. It's like, you need to leave. You need to get out of here. All right, so I'm going to put my blade down so I don't cut myself to death. In the meantime and in between time, let's look at the beautiful, just in case you guys missed it, these will also be available when I do my shop update, which will be available. I think I'm going to do a tentative date of like April the 3rd or maybe April the 10th. I want it to be just in time for Mother's Day for people to kind of get their orders in, see the post, see the thing, get excited about the thing, and then kind of make their orders and have just in time. So let me put these out while I figure out. So these are the ones that's going to be in the shop, just in case you guys did not see it before. But I'm telling you, these really just don't do it any justice for real. It really doesn't. All right, let me print. I'm going to go back and get that 150 pound or 100 pound paper to kind of print on. And hold on, you guys. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oi. Yeah. Printing in progress. Okay. Ridiculous. I gotta keep printing like this. Hmm. Printing in progress, you guys. All right. Hold on, y'all. I gotta do some printing. Yeah. All right, let's go into. I need to do some printing. Hold on, guys. I'm just adjusting my camera really quickly. All right, let's do some printing. I'm just gonna print right from my phone like you do. Oh man. Print it right from my phone like you do. I'm just gonna reprint it because I don't know what the hell is going on. We're just gonna reprint it because I can't. In the meantime and in between time, while that is printing, I am going to start cutting up some glue strips. Cause you know what I need to get is I need to get a heavy duty glue runner. But I like these glue strips because they are so good, you guys, so good. So good. Really, really good. All right. Cause I mean, I don't know if you guys can notice it, but just like little water spots, water droplets, or whatever that is on it. I don't know. I don't have a clue. Do. I'm trying to like figure out whether I should put the acetate on both sides or not, and how that would actually look. I mean, I could always do it for the mock-up, and then if I don't like it or it looks weird, you know? All right, so while that's printing, um, let's make sure that the acetate, let me see something. It is that. Oh, okay, this is a new piece of acetate. I don't need that. This is a new piece. Very new. This the one I already cut? I don't know. I should have left it separate. All right. Okay, so this must be the one I already cut. All right, I'm gonna cut off a little bit of the soil. That means we're gonna have to cut a new paper, you guys, which is gonna suck. Welcome to my life, boy. But this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I cut off a little bit of that. All right, our thing had printed. Let's see. Still quite a bit though. Alright, I'm gonna have to fix that. Yeah, something going on is that my blade is not cutting like it used to. I think I need to buy a new one. I think I'll need to buy a new one. Alright, so that seems to be better. Seems to be okay. Alright. Let's see if we can. Alright, so this is the bad paper that we need to go away. Get my phone. I actually need to charge my phone while I'm at it. Hey. I need to charge my phone while I'm at it. Okay, cool. Now. Alright. Here is the new and improved copy. So, let's put our acetate off to the side. We're going to do the same thing that we did in the beginning. We're going to cut it down again. But this time, I'm going to leave some borders because I need to make sure I don't cut down too much. And yeah. Because once you cut down too much, it's better to leave more than to not leave enough, because once you cut down too much, you can't go back. So that's the problem. That is the big problem. You can't go back, you know? All right, so let's look at it. And see if we got what we got. All right, let's check it against our original. Where is our original? I mean, our other one. Our other one. I gotta hide the other one to make sure that one doesn't get like ruined. All right, here we go. Cause you gotta inspect these things for real. I swear. All right, so let's pull out the original. This is the one we cut earlier. Let's pull it out. All right, so I know I gotta cut quite a bit over here. And quite a bit from the bottom. Not quite a bit, but just a little bit. Little snippets here and there. We'll cut a little snippet from the bottom. And I'm gonna take this. Just what I said, I was gonna make this a slower process, and oh god, I did not do that. So this is definitely gonna be too small. Damn. See what I mean? Going too fast. Gonna be going too fast. Watch it be too small. I'm shocked. I think because I didn't cut that other side. That's probably why. So it kind of evens it out. Yo, that, I swear to God, that is like saving me by the grace of God. Sorry, it's like flipping in and out. By the grace of God, go I. All right, cool. So that really helps a girl out. Oh my God. Finally, we have two excellent printouts. Just want to do one last inspection, make sure nothing looks weird. All right, cool. Now, we got our end papers, our acetate that goes on the front. And you got to make sure you dust off that acetate because it like wants to attract dust so badly. It really does. What the hell is going on? No, I don't want to. Huh? Why is my phone trying to turn on? Hold on, y'all. My phone is doing something weird. I don't know why I did that just now. But okay. I'm trying to monitor whatever. All right. So we got our end papers, acetate. Again, be mindful of your acetate because it attracts dirt and dust and gook and nastiness. And that will definitely get onto your paper. And you don't want that, especially before you could even get it to whoever. You know what I'm saying? And then, let's see. I'm going to cut this a little bit at the top. I hate to be picky about it, but I'm just going to do it. Let me see. Is this one the same? What in the world? Like, hello? The color? Okay, this one is a little bit at the top as well. And all right, for now, I'm not going to worry about that. Let's put down. All right, so let's take away our cutter. And let's throw away our stuff. Like it is. And let's get. All right, I always want to dust off my surface because you never know what is lurking beyond. You know? You just don't. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Because remember, at the end of the day, this stuff is paper, right? Hopefully my phone doesn't go dead. You also want to make sure that you have this on the right side when you actually glue this down. So make sure this is on the front side. Everything's upright the way you want it to be. Because once you glue this down, that's it. All right, now let's cut down some glue. Or not glue, but whatever you call it. I'm going to use some double-sided, like you do. Yeah. Let's use some double-sided. I absolutely love this one. Double-sided. Maybe, I mean, we making good time. We might even make it. All right, I took out two just in case I need it. I mean, the way things are going, we might even make it. We might make it to make a whole, get the whole book together for real. Get the whole book together for real. All right. I'm going to cut these into strips. I mean, yes, I could use my handy dandy guillotine, but I feel like that's overkill and I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's overkill, you know? I'm going to cut lots of strips and then cut those kind of in half to give me what I need. All right. So that kind of gave me strips of what I needed. So let's cut them. Cut them down in threes. I don't know about y'all, but I've really been enjoying watching Kitchen Nightmares again. It's one of my faves. Kitchen Nightmares. Okay. All right, so let's put that up to the side. So now I'm going to figure out which side I like these papers better on. Is it this side or this side? They kind of look similar, but they like have subtle differences. It's weird. Because this side has everything going this way, and this side has some going that way, which is weird. All right, so we're going to put the tape on this side. Because that side is weird, and I don't understand it. You know what I mean? That side is weird. All right, so I'm going to just start by placing some tape strategically on the sides. And why am I placing it here? Because it makes sense for me to place it here on the corners, because those are the corners. The rest of it will pretty much lay down as long as you hit them corners properly. And this is pretty strong tape. Pretty strong. Once you kind of put this down, it's not moving. It won't go anywhere. It will not go anywhere. I know I'm getting quiet, but I need to concentrate. Make sure I'm putting things in the correct areas, because if I mess this up, I would have to cut a whole new piece and do a whole new thing. And that wouldn't be good for anybody, would it? No, it would not. Because believe me, I've done this way too many times to count over the last couple of days. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I wasted a lot of product. And I'm not trying to mess this up. I'm really not. I'm looking for... I want to make sure I watch it where it doesn't overlap. No overlapping. And I'm going to put one here. All right, cool. So now that we have done that, I'm going to turn it over. And I'm going to line it up again just for one last time. Just to make sure this is where I want it to be as well. And we're going to start sticking things down while we're at it. And then we'll do the other side. We will do the other side. Okay. This will be the first one out of like 10 batches. I feel like will be what I want it to be. All right, so then you just peel it off because it is double-sided. And peel it off because it is double-sided. You can't really see it, but all right. And then I'm going to line it up in the corners here before I actually stick it down. All right. All right, and that's down, and that's not coming up. If you try to get that up, you're definitely going to do a disservice. I'm going to make sure it's where I want it here. Okay, it's a little bit whatever, but you see it's a little bit of an overlap right there. So we're going to end up having to cut that down because obviously, I don't know, something is off somewhere why it's not fully lining up, but it's fine. I've learned that things will never be as perfect as I want them to be in my head, and that I'm not Amazon, you know what I mean? Okay. I would like for them to be perfect. I would like for things to line up the way I see fit, but it's just not. We're not Amazon. Need to cut this off. Cut it off. I wanted to cut some of that excess glue off of there. Sorry, I don't think you guys seen that. Cut it off. Okay, let's do that. I think I recorded this way too many times. That's why I was like, let me just go live. Because I don't know what's going on. Okay. Alright. And let's lay it down. Oh, okay. I'm gonna end up having to cut that off, which is sad that I really have to do that, but here we are. You know what I mean? And we're gonna take that last bit of tape off the bottom here. And voila. There you go. Here we are, officially there. Yay! Okay. There we are. But as you can see, there is a tiny bit of overlap right about here, right? Tiny bit of overlap. Tiny bit of overlap, y'all. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I will cut that off later. In the meantime and in between time, we have successfully done something, okay? All right. Now, I'm very happy with that. I mean, technically, I could leave it, but it won't line up with everything, and I need everything to be perfectly lined up. So we're not going to leave that. All right, so let's go here. Let's work on the other end paper. Now that we got one side done. One side is done. Done and done. All right, so you want to make sure, pretty much same process. So I'm going to put my tape on this side. Make sure my front cover is the right orientation. Sorry guys, I'm throwing stuff away. Throwing stuff away. Ow. I just hurt my booty. My booty. Alright. So I'm going to cut some more tape. Doesn't matter if the tape is straight or the way it's supposed to be. As long as you have some strips to kind of work with, it doesn't really matter. Alright. That's all I really need. I'll cut them on. Cut them on. Even though we already had cut some off before, but Again, I'm just double checking orientation. Double checking orientation. And let's see what else we got. Yep. Because you deleted the message. SpongeBob basement. What? I'm reading messages at the same time. I just want to get one blasted paper done. Like just one. Okay? Just one. Can I get one? Possibly. Get them done at the four corners. Possibly. Alright, let's put one here. Alright, let's peel this one. This should be fun. Oh, that should be fun. Alright, let's put it here. And if you feel like I've been getting through this quickly, it's only because it's a lot of trial and error. And I've been working on this for the last couple of weeks, and it's been, yeah, hell on earth. But I'm determined to come up with somewhat of a decent book, you know? That's what I want. I want something cute, practical, decent. Etc., etc. Because I still have to make some hardcover books. So this is probably going to be the easiest in the collection to make, is these sort of books. Ooh, and I keep forgetting I want to create some actual soft cover notebooks. I keep forgetting about that. I'm going to create some actual soft cover notebooks that will, let's see, but via Amazon is what I really want to do. Basically, I want to be like an Erin Condren. Have my own like stationery store with my own cute cottagecore like products. That would make me so happy. It just will. But you never know, you know? You never know. Man, I wish you would stop telling me to like what is going on? Like, could you mind your business? I don't know what is happening. This phone telling me about screen time. Like, what is happening? Like, okay. All right, cool. So we did that. I want to make sure this is in the right orientation. This, okay. All right, let's peel. Let's peel it. All right, let's peel. Peel, peel, peel. Yeah. Ooh. Let's peel it and go, baby. So I like to start on the one side first. Oh no. I will never understand it why it like lines up in the corner here, but not on the rest of it. So stupid. That is so stupid. So this one didn't even fully line up. That one really didn't line up great at all. I think what happened is this got stuck. I shouldn't have taken that out. Yep. Shouldn't have taken that out. But what you gonna do when they come for you, you know? What you gonna do? I can't even believe that. It's like, how did it line up here? And that's because this got stuck. I don't know why I keep asking the same question. How did that happen? But that's how it happened. Like, hello. That's exactly how it happened. Huh. Interesting. Okay. That's exactly how it happened. Mm-mm-mm. I'm definitely gonna have to go in I should have made sure I lined these up properly before. Super fun. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Oh, it's like really small and tiny. That's what's going on. Yeah. Okay. Try not to lay everything down before you get this tape off. Because once you lay it down, it will not come up. Okay, friends? As you can see. Okay? Voila. Voila. Alright, now that we've done that, this is definitely going to have to go. It's like a back cover. Now we got to figure out how to, I'm gonna actually just going to cut this with my scissor. Because why? Why does it hate me? I don't know. Like, why? Why do you hate me? I'm just trying to pay attention to what is going on. I'm going to try to painstakingly do it with my scissor. And hope and pray I can do it with my scissor. Without compromising. The cover. Without compromising our cover. We also have glue that's on there as well. Without compromising the cover. I'm going to try to see if I can cut this. I'm going to see if I can, which means this is going to be our whatever back cover. I think I was able to savor it as much as I could, I swear. I need something to be as good as possible, right? As good as possible. Um, and let's go to our second one. Our second one is off too. So I'm gonna try to see if I can cut this one down as much as I can. Because that one is also off kilter. Sorry, I know I got quiet, but I needed to make sure I was concentrating. Okay, so here are our covers. They made it, okay? And they still look pretty good despite the fact that we had some little bit of glitches and some other stuff kind of going on in the background, okay? So they look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them. And everything seems to be in order. Even though I'm seeing those little spots in there again. I don't know why I'm not seeing it in this one though. Oh, hello. It's fine. Okay, now we got our covers done and done. Now we are going to I'm gonna round out our covers. Gonna round out our covers, and then we're gonna start putting our holes in. Okay, that's the exciting part. Is we're gonna start putting the holes in and all the things. Okay. So let me get my rounder cover thing, wherever that is. I don't know what happened to my rounding thing. I'm wondering, did I drop it or what? But I don't see it. This is definitely going to be my front cover, so... Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to this top part. Jesus. Yeah. Sorry, you guys. I am concentrating. I don't know what in the world. I don't know. All right. I'm going to have to cut this down a little bit. Ow. A lot of it, I guess. And I still don't know what happened to my corner rounder. I'm going to have to look around to see if it fell. Oh, I see it now. Now I see it. Because what in the world? I'm going to have to cut this down some. And I hate that I have to do that, but unfortunately I had to cut it down to save it because, yeah. All right, let's see. Is that line it up still? Not really. It's a little bit shorter, but not by much. It's like a smidge. Not by much at all. But I had to cut that piece off because that piece was disgusting. It was raggedy and all sorts of things was happening. So I had to cut that piece off. Because it was raggedy. Okay, I'm going to put my phone on the charger. Wait. Need to put my phone on the charger. Yeah, yeah. All right, and I need to pick this up out of the floor. Hopefully I don't pull anything out. All right, so I found my rounder cutter. Cutter rounder, whatever you want to call it. All right. So now I'm going to round my corners. And I think I want them to be like this. So I'm going to put it in here. I want those corners to be nice and... Oh, hello? All right. So I had to switch the rounder because that wasn't doing it properly. So we'll do that. And I'm guessing all of it has to be rounded, right? Because you can't just round the bottoms. I don't know. I'm like torn. And I know this one is going to have to go this way in order to turn that way. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Okay, so it'll go this way. And it'll turn that way. So I'm going to round these corners. I mean, technically, I could just round. I could, right? But I feel like it makes sense to round all of it. I don't know. All right, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna round all of it, and I'm gonna pray it looks good in the end because we're gonna round it out. All right, we're gonna round. I'm gonna round it out. And same thing like for here. I just think it looks so much cuter when you kind of round it out. Oh yeah. It's not doing what I wanted to do. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. So this has been rounded. Adorable. Adorbs. All right. I don't know. Something else fell. Something fell. I think I'm missing something. I just want to make sure we are where we need to be. Okay, cool. So here's our acetate. We're going to round that out. Okay, I don't know what's going on. So all right, here we go. I'm going to round it out. There we go. So the acetate has been rounded out. I don't have a clue where the other piece of acetate ran to. It's like the other piece of acetate has left the building. What the hell's going on? Hey, yeah. All right, so here is our inside papers. This is too big. I don't know what happened to the other piece of acetate. That has disappeared and that has left the building. So I don't know. All right, so here is our end papers. Oh, okay. Here is our inside papers that we will be using. This is what they look like. Hold on. I'm gonna use that for the short. All right, so this I'm recording now. And this is what they look like. Okay, so now I'm gonna round the corners for these. And we're gonna see how that goes. Hopefully I don't mess them up. Because yeah, hopefully I just don't mess it up. Okay, girl? Hopefully you don't mess it up. Keep it cute, right? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and round the corner. Ooh, these papers are pretty thick, so I'm only gonna be able to do a few at a time. All right, here we go. Cute. Very cute. This is going to be a pretty tedious process, especially redoing like 100 pages. And I think this is like 50 pages for real. Uh-oh. Okay. Don't get caught. Don't get caught up, girl. All right, cool. Here we go. Pages are rounded. Super cute. Love that. All right, so we're going to continue that process until we are finished. We're going to continue that process until we are finished, you know? If I really like this rounding thing, I might have to buy me like a heavy duty rounder. Like a heavy duty rounder. You know, like you do. I hate when this happens. Papers get stuck. So I might have to invest in a heavy duty rounder. Because I like the way the rounding looks way better than the other things. You know what to do. Alright, so we got that. This is going to take quite a bit of time. I'm going to take my time to do this. And if you happen to be watching this pun replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and all the things. If you like streams like this, long streams where I talk about my process, behind the scenes stuff going on, we're going to be doing a lot of prep as we head towards the launch. of my new stationery stuff. I haven't even, like, I'm so behind though because I haven't even done the drawing part. I haven't even done the drawing part at all. Whatsoever, girl. I haven't even done the drawing part of, like, because there's the whole scene of, like, my character Betty the bunny. In case you guys don't know, that's my logo, and that's just... Wait, hold on. Betty the bunny. She's my logo. She's my character. My original character that I'm going to be using on all my packaging and all my stuff. But I want to expand on her story. She's basically a mother. She's a mother. You know? In the trenches, in the struggle. She knows what it's like, you know? She knows what it's like, girl. And since she kind of knows what it's like, I want her to do... Ooh. Sorry, you guys. I'm coughing and hacking. I wanted to create her story because sorry, you guys. Like fighting for my life. Fighting for my life. Anyway, her story is my story, and my story is her story, right? So she's like a mother that's out here trying to provide for her kids. And I wanted my stationery to, like, depict that, right? But in, like, a cutesy, cottagecore type of way. You know? In a cutesy, cottagecore type of way. Sorry, I had to get some water. Had to get some water, y'all. Alright, I'm gonna put these to the side. Like you do. Like you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put these to the side. I still have to find my other acetate. I don't know what the hell happened to it. But what you gonna do when they come for you, you know? What you gonna do when they come for you? Alright, let's put this to the side because I don't want nothing filthy getting onto it. I'm gonna put it to the side. Okay. That's a little too much. It's a little too much. I never realized how thick this paper actually was. Which I think you guys will enjoy. This is like the 28-pound paper. Yeah. Yeah. 28 pounds, baby. Oh. Great. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I think there's about 50 pages in this, if I'm not mistaken. It's just about. Just about. I should have put a paper in here, but I did not. So this is just gonna be a plain. It's not really a plain like notebook, but yeah, y'all get the gist. It's not really a plain notebook, but it's as close as we're gonna get. You know. Not really a plain notebook, darling. But that's as close as we're gonna get it. Okay? So I'm thinking on Sundays I want to go live here on the channel. So you guys can kind of see what I'm doing, what's really going on. I think we have, if I'm not mistaken, I think we have one more Sunday before the launch. I don't know. I don't remember, but I think we do. One more Sunday before the launch. Yeah, but I'm definitely going to have to get, because I love a good rounded notebook, right? Am I right? Anybody else love it? Love a good rounded notebook. I still got to do my hardcover notebook, which I have not done yet. That's all I need. Things to be caught in here. there we go. I'm like, what in the world? All right, let's finish it off. All right, you guys. So I think that's it for tonight's stream. We're going to leave it off there. And I hope you guys are excited for what is to come and all the things. I'm excited for where things are going to be going. I, of course, look out for my shorts and for our first very full blown shop update that will feature some of my notebooks as well as my planner. My planner will definitely be coming out by the 10th of April if I can actually focus in and do what I have to do. But yeah, I need to actually make me and my son some lunch or do something. Yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream to get like a sneak peek into what I am doing behind the scenes and how I'm flowing and how things are going, flowing and going. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're ready. And yeah, you know what it is. I love you guys so, so much. Be safe out there. Take care of yourself, your neighbors, etc., etc. Look out for the gulag. And you know who the gulag is. And yeah, I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye. We'll be back with another live stream on Sunday next week. So yeah. Bye.